Good morning. Good morning. What's going on, guys? Let me know if you guys can hear me. What's up, Joel? What's up, Kevin? What's up, Tony? All right, guys, can hear me? Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. Got some stuff to go over today with you guys. There we go. Now I can see. All right. So we had quite the ramp up. We were kind of expecting lake effect snow tomorrow into Tuesday, starting tonight, but lasting into Monday into Tuesday. And it started to really come into focus and ramp up a little bit for the west side and also the UP. But we do have a chance of snow statewide, but the majority of this is going to affect the west side and the UP. So jumping into the model here, we're going to look at one model today. We're also going to look at a snowfall map here. Um, why is this on my screen? I don't want that. There we go. All right. So we go ahead and look at the radar here, the animated radar, which is the HRRR model. We're going to watch this system kind of work its way through here, setting up its way for northwest winds. Scattered rain showers throughout the day with snow up in the UP. We head into tonight into the early Monday morning hours. We're going to start to watch this change over to snow. We're going to see the snow up here in the UP start to change over down here in the lower peninsula here. And by early tomorrow morning, we have snow over Lake Michigan with northwest winds starting to set up here. And what that's going to do throughout the day tomorrow is going to set the stage for a lake effect snow event that may be significant for a very few people, but for the majority of people, 1 to 4+ inches of snow with areas down toward the southwest corner receiving 4 to 8. We'll go over that in a little bit. But this snow is going to last all day tomorrow into the evening hours and into Tuesday morning before finally clearing out for the day on Tuesday. Now, one thing we really want to hit home with this type of event is number one, snow squalls, number two, blowing winds, number three, localized accumulations. Now, with this type of event, because it's lake effect snow, the highest accumulation is going to be very localized to a point where one county or a swath within a county could see 4 to 8 inches or maybe 1 to 3 inches. Another area may see very little, maybe like a dusting, maybe not even snow at all. It's the nature of snow events here, but for the majority of people, the way this is looking is going to be at least an inch up to 4 inches of accumulation, with isolated areas getting closer to the 6 inch plus mark. Now, we'll go ahead and go over one more thing before looking at totals and what we're thinking right now. The one thing we want to really stress tomorrow is the winds. If you hop on this and we go over to the wind gusts, we're going to watch this really ramp up tomorrow afternoon. You see here, the purples that you're going to see up here in Minnesota, those are going to be your higher wind gusts, and it's going to start working its way in toward the Michigan area. And by tomorrow morning, this is tomorrow morning at about 9 a.m., we're going to start to see these winds really start to crank up out of the northwest, reaching between 30 to 40, areas reaching 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Now, what that does with the blowing snow is going to cause whiteout conditions and even blizzard-like conditions in the short term for tomorrow morning through tomorrow evening. So if you are out and about on the roads, especially in West Michigan and also in the UP, you really need to be careful, especially on the freeways and highways where pileups are most often occurring. Tomorrow is going to be a day that could definitely be a situation that unfolds. We hope not, but the combination of the 40 to 50-mile-per-hour winds blowing snow squalls. Snow squalls themselves are pretty heavy in general, but when you get that blowing wind with it, especially up to 50 miles per hour, it's going to set the stage for a very intense situation that's not going to be good for road conditions. So please be mindful if you're traveling anywhere on the west side, particularly west and along US 131 is going to be the main corridor for this, and also anywhere in the UP as well. But um, it just needs to be stressed. We can't stress it enough. Please be careful tomorrow on the roads. Now, as far as accumulations go, looking at a map we just made and we just posted out for our subscribers, it will go live later on the page. We're thinking along, like we said, US 131 and west is going to see most of the accumulation. But with the area down in southwest Michigan there that just went under a winter storm warning, Van Buren County, we're thinking the St. Joseph, or sorry, Berrien, Cass, and Van Buren counties all have potential to reach into that 4 to 8 inch range. Now, we only have the warning again for Van Buren, but we think it's going to be a little bit more of a widespread type of situation down there. And in other areas, we have that 1 to 2 here in the light blue. That can be anywhere up into the thumb is even possible with the northwest winds coming off of the bay there. Up near Petoskey, Alpena areas could see 1 to 2. Up in Sault Ste. Marie, 1 to 2 up there. And then along 131, Kalamazoo, Grand Rapids are going to be on that line between 1 to 2. And then it's going to taper off further east. You go into the central and eastern part of the state. Up here in the UP, 3 to 6 plus. Over on the west side, trace to 1 inch over here by Iron Mountain, and 2 to 4 by Marquette there in blue. So again, this is going to be a little bit more of a widespread type of snow situation. Again, not going to really affect most people in the Lansing, Detroit, Flint, Saginaw areas. So again, that our snow will be coming later on the year. Don't worry, we're going to get snow eventually, but this is going to be mainly a lake effect event. This is going to be a purely lake effect event, actually. So it's going to be stuck to the lake effect areas. Now, again, stressing very, very, very hard that this is going to be lake effect is never going to be exact with the accumulations. I want to stress that again. One area could see the 2 to 4 that was forecast. Another area may only see an inch just because the way lake effect banding sets up. Again, timing on this going to start overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. The wind really ramps up towards noon tomorrow, blowing snow, blizzard-like conditions, all possible tomorrow along the west side of Michigan and also in the UP. I'll go ahead and turn over to chat here for any questions. And I see we have quite the activity here in the chat. So I'm gonna go ahead and start back up at the beginning here and read here. Let's see here. All right, let's see. Should Macomb area see snow? You may see snow showers, but nothing in the way of accumulation. Up to 1 inch we have, but most of this is going to stay on the east side, or on the west side of Michigan, with the way lake effect banding sets up. Good question, Caden. Right now, there are winter weather advisories already in effect. Let me see if I can pull up a map here really quickly here. See if I can get this pulled up really quick. But for right now, they're encompassing most of western Michigan, parts of the UP. Here along US 131. Basically, it's the entire row of western counties, and until you get up towards Ludington, then it spans over 3 counties in toward Cadillac, Traverse City. We could see an expansion of that winter weather advisory, another county or 2 over, but I don't think it's going to be a priority until tomorrow morning for Grand Rapids. We'll see what they do, but for the most part, it's going to be tied to the west part of Michigan. Yeah, winds are going to gust between that 40 and 50 mile per hour range. Could be, I'll go ahead and say 30 to 50 mile per hour range. It should be between the 30 to 40 with gusts to 50. I don't think it's going to get much over that, but I think 40-mile-an-hour gusts are definitely possible tomorrow. Yes, Caden, a lot of potential here for high-end snow squalls, and that cannot be stressed enough. It's going to be, I don't want to say it like this because we have no idea what's actually going to happen tomorrow, but with the combination of the wind and blowing snow, it's not going to be a good situation. It's going to be a dangerous situation out on the roads there in western Michigan. St. Clair on the River, no, not right now. We're going to wait for what we call and let's go ahead and say a non-lake effect event. Synoptic event is what we usually call it, where we have a low pressure kind of move into our area, bring snow. This is a lake effect event, not really going to affect the central and east side of Michigan. We'll get our snow in January and February, guys, for the east side and central Michigan. Don't worry, it's coming. Yeah, this is a Caden, you're asking. Look, you're bringing up a lot of good points here. So the way the winds are favored tomorrow out of the northwest, we don't expect the snow accumulation to get very far east into Michigan. just because the way these are set up, I would expect any accumulation to be stuck to the west side. If it was more of an east or sorry, a west to east type of wind, we could see those snow squalls come across the state into, like, say, Lansing, Ann Arbor, Detroit, Flint areas. But right now, we're not really expecting that, just because the way the wind is set up, it's northwest and more of a northerly than a westerly type of event. Yeah, blowing snow, even if you get like an inch, it's just, if blowing snow in general is going to be a real likely scenario tomorrow. Let's see. Any more questions, guys? Reading through chat here. Sturgis, you guys are going to be right in that area of 1 to 2, potentially a little bit higher accumulation, but for right now, you're in that 1 to 2 range down here at the bottom of the state, down here, just north of our website logo here. All right. Yeah, the UP definitely is going to get hit with this event, so we'll see what happens up there. The snow belts, typical snow belts up there, will be accumulating snowfall. Watching live from Tennessee. Well, hello, Joseph from Tennessee. This is not rare, Caden. This is a pretty normal event here in the winter time, especially early on while the lake waters are still warm and can generate the lake effect snow. We do have chasers who are going to be active tomorrow, it looks like. So we'll probably be sharing some of their content if there's anything to share. We might go live even if we have um, anything interesting going on. So watch for our streams and our updates tomorrow. Sturgis and Colon areas, you're going to be just outside the accumulating area. I would say up to an inch is possible for you guys. Sturgis more so than Colon. Sturgis would be probably 1 to 2, if anything, and then Colon will be probably traced to an inch. Whenever you see a T on our snow maps, like up there by Iron Mountain, T to 1 inch, T means trace, which is just minor accumulation, dusting type of stuff. Yes, this is definitely a possibility. We already seen one snow squall warning this year in the state that was actually over by Detroit a few weeks ago. Those would be a very good possibility tomorrow, depending on who wants to make the call on that. I know it's probably going to fall mainly on Grand Rapids, just because Van Buren County is in Grand Rapids, but the two bottom tier, Cass and Barron counties, belong to Indiana. We'll see what they do, but definitely possibility tomorrow, Drew. We could see some snow squall warnings there. Oakland County, no, just a dusting, if anything at all, for you guys. Let's see here, Manistee, St. Joseph. So go ahead and start with St. Joseph. St. Joseph is going to be right there on that 1 to 2 line, but we're going to go ahead and say it's going to be mainly just up to an inch of accumulation for you guys up there, or should I say down there. And as for Manistee, looking at Manistee up here near the, man, where is Manistee at? I just completely lost my train of thought here. Manistee, okay, you're up here. You're going to be in the 2 to 4 range for sure for you guys up there in Manistee. Muskegon County, 2 to 4. Timing for everybody for tomorrow. UP starts this afternoon tonight for lake effect snow, and down here in the lower peninsula, it's going to start up tomorrow morning by about sunrise ish, and then by noon it should be in full effect for most of us here. Yes, the winds are going to be quite strong across the entire state. If we look back here on the wind, the purples and pinks here, we see gusts pretty much over the entire state here. This is up 30 to 40 mile per hour gusts. So definitely possible that we could see some higher end gusts there as well. Becky, tomorrow morning by sunrise, it should be getting underway, and by noon, you should be seeing the full effects, or just after the noon time frame. Depends on where you're at, Tony. If you're talking like the central and east side, you could say that, yeah. But again, most of our winters lately have been starting a little bit later on, towards the end of December into January. So I don't think we're too far behind schedule, if we are at all. Um, well, looking at the pattern, we look to kind of be shifting more toward a colder pattern for January. So I'd expect snowfall would increase with that colder temperature. So we'll have to kind of wait and see January, but I don't think we're too far behind if we are at all. Manistee, you're expecting 2 to 4. But again, localized could be higher or lower just depending on where snow squalls set up. So keep that in mind too. Lapeer is getting gypped, need to move farther south or north. Oh man. Yeah, you're right there on that line there of 1 to 2. So Kalamazoo up to 2 inches, definitely possible for you guys. Higher or lower amounts are definitely possible. Just again, depending on where this lake effect banding sets up, will be a big determining factor. Slippery roads and Saginaw on the thumb. Where you see that 1 to 2 would be the likely slipperiest conditions, just because lake effect. But Saginaw, you should be pretty much good. I don't expect much in the way of accumulation to affect the roads in areas that are in gray. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked for some schools closing there, especially on Tuesday there and in Western Michigan. We'll have to kind of watch that and see how that plays out. Holland, Michigan, 2 to 4. People are asking about a flash freeze. Let's go ahead and do something really quick. Let's go ahead and look at the temperatures here and watch how fast they drop off. So we're going to go through tonight into tomorrow morning. Um, I I mean, it's definitely possible we could see some of the freezing of the liquid on the roads, but I don't think it's going to be a flash freeze type of event. Again, I haven't really looked into that much, so I could be wrong with that, but I don't really see much here. It's kind of gradual. It goes 32, 31 over the course of a few hours. I don't expect it to be a rapid freeze, but I would definitely be alert for some freezing when the temperatures do drop. Let's see here. Yes, we are in full effect in El Nino. The jet stream is holding most of the cold air into Canada. So this is a very classic El Nino winter. Very classic. This is nothing unusual about El Nino at all. Oh, the good news for those of you who want snow is next year is trending toward a La Nina. So we'll have to kind of watch what's going on next year um, for winter. But for right now, El Nino is in full effect here. That also keeps our temperatures higher than average. Now remember, average is only 30-ish, 30, 32-ish. So a 35-degree temperature is above average, which is why you see those reds and oranges on the maps that we share for the temperature graphs and stuff like that. As long as it's above average, you're going to see those warmer colors on those maps. So, but yeah, we're definitely looking at a warmer than average through the Christmas time frame for sure. I am caught up on comments. So if you guys have any more questions, feel free. If I missed your question, I apologize. I went kind of quickly through those, just trying to get caught up. So if you guys got your questions missed, I apologize. Go ahead and ask it again. I'll try and get to those. I see a question by Drew asking if thunder snow is possible tomorrow. I see Cape values range from 1 to 250, which isn't much, but a winter sub is kind of a big deal unless I'm wrong. Um, Honestly, I would lean against thunder snow. I'm not going to rule that out completely. Um, I don't see much in the way of potential there. Just looking at surface base Cape, looking at mixed layer here real quick. Uh, I would say there's a chance, but it's not going to be something that we're going to expect. if that makes sense. Allegan County, you're looking at mainly 1 to 2 inches. Well, actually, no. Allegan County, you're west of Kalamazoo. I thought you were east of Kalamazoo. Allegan County, you're looking at mainly 2 to 4 inches or so. Um, you guys are kind of right on that line between 1 to 2 and 2 to 4. So it could go either way for you guys. The closer you are to Lake Michigan, the higher chance you have of higher accumulation. Thumb area just 1 to 2 inches in that blue area up here. All right, let's see here. Any other questions, guys? Heard 1 to 3 inches in Mayville. Yeah, I'm gonna say you're gonna be a little bit too far west there up here um, from the higher accumulations. I'm not gonna rule out getting an inch or two, but I don't think you're gonna be in that 3 inch range. Shout out to you guys, Illinois Storm Chasers. Been following your page for a couple years now. You guys do good work over there. Shout out to you guys. If you guys have friends and family who live in Illinois, go ahead and check out Illinois Storm Chasers page. They do a really good job over there. Oh, Marysville. Okay, yeah, you're going to be right on that line there by Port Huron down there. 1 to 2 plus is definitely possible for you guys down there in Marysville. I thought you said Mayville. I'm sorry, Tim. Any chance of a white Christmas in northern Oakland County? It's not looking likely at this point, Katie. The temperatures and the way the pattern's setting up is just not favoring snowfall. Uh, Temperatures are going to be in the 40s. We could actually make a run towards 50 before we dive back into colder temperatures sometime around the Christmas time frame. So definitely not looking likely for a white Christmas. All right, guys. You don't have any more questions. I'm probably going to hop off here shortly. Monroe County, not really expecting much, if anything, up to about a dusting or so, maybe an inch, but not much there for Monroe County. Before you guys head out, hit that like button would be appreciated. No, Tim, not expecting freezing rain with this. All right. We will get maps for those who really can't see, or we will get maps up for localized areas, Grand Rapids. We do have maps already for the UP and for the Gaylord area. We will get those out sometime today. So for those who like the localized view, we will be working on those throughout the day today. So look for those on the page throughout the day. Belleville, not much, just a dusting or so, if anything, for you guys. Um, Lapeer County, you guys are on the edge of that 1 to 2 plus range. It could go either way, but you could expect some accumulation over there in Lapeer County. Ingham County, just expecting about a trace to an inch. Yeah, we'll get a map up there, Denise, for the Grand Rapids area, which includes St. Joseph County. All right, guys, I'm gonna hop off here, and if you guys have any more questions, feel free to drop the comment. We'll try and get back to them. You can message the page. There's a couple ways to get a hold of us, but definitely be looking out for those maps if you guys are curious about localized map views. And we'll have an update tomorrow morning for you guys. Probably gonna go live again just to update, and we'll go from there. Thanks guys for watching. Hit that like button on your way out. Have a good day.